hello.
Oh, hello.
And welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie. And today, Alex and I are here for another TBR.
We're going to crack open an energy drink because clearly we don't have enough energy.
No, never.
So here we go. All right. What are we doing today?
Now listen, TBR means we kind of get to do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And we kind of always get to do that anyway. But especially so because really it's just anything and everything that we've already purchased that we need to read.
Yeah.
So that we can catch up on our TBR.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, why did I choose to catch up with a story that I purchased 5 days before the buy freeze started? I don't know. But that's what I did. So, today the story I have to tell you about is called Love Came on a Moonlit Night. This is by Tiny Sweet Cloud, and it's available on Manta Comics. It only has 18 episodes so far because it released on July 26th. So it's a pretty easy read to catch up on. This one immediately caught my interest because it's a Greek mythology story.
Very exciting.
But also because it had the tag BL, and based on the story and recounting of the Greek myth that you told me, it's not supposed to be a BL.
Not traditionally, but I'm excited to hear this version.
Tradition schmedition is what I always say.
That is famously what you say.
Yeah, famously. This specific webcomic covers the Greek myth of Princess Psyche and Eros. And I didn't know about this before. So you kind of gave me the little lesson. I would love it if you retold because I want it to be like up against how the story is retelling it.
Okay, so you want me to tell you
The myth.
the myth. Okay.
Yeah.
So traditionally, the myth of Eros and Psyche is that Psyche is supposed to be the most beautiful woman in the world. People are saying that she's even more beautiful than Aphrodite. Aphrodite gets pissed about this because that's her thing.
You don't exactly get to be more beautiful than Aphrodite.
Yeah. So she gets her son, Eros, and she's like, you go make her fall in love with a pig because I don't want people to say that she's more beautiful than me. He goes down. He's like, anything for you, Mom. And when he gets down there, he's like, oh my gosh, this woman is so beautiful. I'm in love with her. And he decides then and there that instead of making her fall in love with a pig, he's going to kidnap her and take her to a secret house to live in. So he does that. And then she's super happy, but she doesn't know who has kidnapped her. She's just like, this is fine, I guess, but you know, it might be nice to know who you are one day. And she also has 2 jealous sisters. Now, she loves her sisters. Her sisters do not feel the same. They're kind of bitches. And they're just really jealous because she's always been the favorite of their father. She was always considered the most beautiful. She was getting to marry the wealthiest man. And so they are just not happy about this. Now, she is very sad to be on her own because Eros doesn't stay at this house with her. He just kind of comes and goes as he pleases, and she's not allowed to leave because then his mother would know that he did not follow through on his promise. So one day she's like, man, I really would love to, have some company. And so Eros says, okay, I'll bring your sisters up here, but you can't tell them anything about me and you can't tell them anything about this place or anything. She's like, cool, I can do that. So the sisters come up and they start sowing discord into her. They're like, you have no idea who this guy is. He kidnapped you and brought you here. He won't let you see his face. Like, he could be a horrible murderer and you would never know. And so they give her a knife and kind of plant the seed that she should use this to attack him and find out who he is. And so she ends up listening to her sisters, and she finds out that it's Eros after she has attacked him. She doesn't hurt him, but now he's like, oh my gosh, how could you do that to me? Even though he kidnapped her first, but we'll leave that aside. And so he gets all upset, and then he runs away to Aphrodite and is like, tells his mom what he did, and then has her clean up the mess.
Well, that is not this webcomic.
Okay. Is this like a Phantom of the Opera situation?
I feel like it's at least a little bit closer than Phantom of the Opera Omegaverse.
Okay.
So it's got that going for it. Not that it would be that difficult, but this story does follow Psyche, who is known as the most beautiful princess in Tosrinco. And Eros does immediately fall in love upon orders of needing to make sure that she falls in love with a pig. Mm-hmm. Now, the pig that he's supposed to make her fall in love with is the person who's currently posing as her stepfather, who has taken the throne of Tosrinco by killing her father. So Psyche has a plan and is like, you know what? Sure, I'll lean into this, but as soon as I get to do my debutante dance with the swords, I'm going to point my sword at him and I'm going to kill him.
Okay.
And then I will take the throne. Now, you might be thinking, why would Psyche take the throne? Mm-hmm. And it's because in this story, Psyche is the most beautiful person that has ever lived.
Yeah.
But Psyche is a man. And the reason people think that Psyche is a princess is because the dad knew that the throne was going to be overthrown and didn't want them to know that there was a viable heir to take over the throne.
Oh, I like that twist. That's fun.
So it adds a little bit of fun mystery in there.
Some whimsy.
Now, you have Psyche, who also is having run-ins with Eros, but thinks that it's a dream. Mm-hmm. Eros is basically flying in and seeing her every night and leaves behind a little feather on the pillow. But Psyche can't quite see who his visitor is. Like, the face is blurred out. Mm-hmm. He's not understanding why he can't process what he's seeing in front of him.
Yeah.
But he's having dirty dreams, which definitely goes along with Eros, god of lust and love, all the good stuff.
Makes sense.
And Eros is definitely thinking about kidnapping Psyche. Hasn't happened yet, but it probably will.
Yeah.
Now, in this story, we also have, aside from the entire discord with the man who's taken over the throne, Argo, we also have another beautiful lyre player, Los, who's kind of this, not really a romantic, I guess, rival of Eros. Mm-hmm. But he's definitely interested in Psyche.
Knowing who Psyche is for real or thinking that Psyche is the princess?
I don't think that it matters.
Okay.
So Los is a mute who's come to Tosrinco just to play the lyre and busk, basically. Mm-hmm. And he's constantly getting bullied and thrown out, and Psyche does hear him playing his music. And so he goes over to Los and is like, play the lyre for me. So he is this interim character that we haven't quite figured out yet. Mm-hmm. There were insinuations that it is Eros, but we know now that it's not because we've seen Eros and Los at the same time. Mm-hmm. So we've got a little bit of a love triangle going on. Eros is definitely about to steal Psyche away.
Yeah.
And Psyche is a man in secret. And that's really where it leaves off. I am loving this series so far.
Very exciting. I'm so glad that you're reading more Greek mythology based stories.
Even though it's not accurate.
No, but it's got some elements to it that were, which is always fun.
It is so interesting because you talk about the siblings not liking Psyche, and they definitely are like sitting in the background knowing that Psyche is a brother, and they're just like, yeah, sure, you go and have all these plans in the background.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of reaping the benefits of like still being on the throne, basically, and having the connections. So it's very interesting because I'm sure that will come into play.
Yeah, we'll see where that goes.
But this story's great. They made this adorable little griffin, like a little chibi throughout the entire thing. Like he just looks like a little owl. I don't know. He's perfect. But every single character is super great. The art is absolutely gorgeous. And it is 18 plus, but it's also available in a 16 plus version as well. So highly recommend it. It is gem only. So if you're not spending gems, you should maybe tackle something else on the TBR.
Yeah.
But I've already paid for it. So here I am.
This is fair. I have not, so I probably won't be reading that one for a while, especially because I have been on a danmei kick.
I could tell.
And I have stuck with it. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today is kind of end of volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3 of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation.
You're insane.
I am almost finished with all 3. Once I am, I will give my final verdict of all 3 of the series and see where they land. I'm loving this one so far, though. It's very different from either of the other 2. Like, none of them... It's interesting because they do have some overlapping things that you can see. Like, a very specific phrase that I feel like we saw a lot in Heaven Official's Blessing is this character didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Mm-hmm. And that's something that is used in this one as well. So it's like there are elements like that are similar, but the characters themselves are all very different. So Wei Wuxian, who is our main character, he is just like kind of lovable mischief, doesn't really get anything. Like he's not even like self-absorbed. No, he kind of is. And
is he kind of lovable idiot territory?
He's a bit lovable idiot.
Okay.
He really, really loves to fuck with Lang Wangji.
And listen, it's so fun to mess with people sometimes.
That's exactly what he thinks. And so where I left off in the last one was really still very early on in the first book. And it was when Wei Wuxian is trying to get out of this situation because all of these people who he has not great relationships with from the past when he was the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation and led an uprising, essentially, against everyone else in the cultivation world. And he's like, I gotta get out of here. I cannot be around these people. Even though they think I'm Mo Xuanyu, this is not great for me.
Yeah.
And so he tries to kill 2 birds with 1 stone by saying Jian Cheng, who is Wei Wuxian's adoptive brother, really. Jian Cheng's father took Wei Wuxian in when he was 7. And his parents had died. Jian Fengmian was very good friends with Wei Wuxian's parents, so he took him in. The 2 boys did not get along at first, which is pretty common when you're getting, used to each other. And Wei Wuxian, terrified of dogs. Absolutely just horrifically scared of dogs. And so the first day that he was there when he was a child, he was crying and would not leave Jiang Fengmian. And so he ended up making his own son, Jiang Chen, get rid of his dogs. And so that was like a bad start to their relationship. But they do end up like working things out pretty quickly. They have an older sister who is Jiang Yanli. She loves both of them. Like she loves taking care of them. She's always cooking for them. Aww. They love her. They're fiercely protective. There's a part when they're in their teenage years and someone is kind of insinuating that she's not the prettiest or the smartest. And they're like, I will kill you right now. How dare you speak about my sister that way?
Aw.
And so to the point that Wei Wuxian gets thrown out of this school.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
But, he took things to the extreme every time.
He didn't have to do that.
No.
But he did want to.
Yeah. And there is a lot of interesting dynamics between the 2 boys because Jian Fengmian favors Wei Wuxian over his own son. He doesn't really like his wife. And Jian Cheng looks and acts like his wife. And so he's like, Wei Wuxian embodies our sect family motto way better than you do. He's a better cultivator than you are. He's more powerful and he kind of is better. He does everything better.
Now listen, this does not have to be a competition.
For Jian Cheng, yes it does. So this is all kind of backstory that you get pretty quickly once they go back. So Lan Wangji is also at this area where they're trying to figure out if Wei Wuxian is Wei Wuxian because Mo Xuanyu is now using demonic methods. And they're like, that's interesting that one Ning, who is the ghost general, who was Wei Wuxian's right-hand man, is now coming to you. And so Jian Chung ends up using this whip to try and find out who he is, and it backfires. It doesn't work. And so he does end up going back with Lan Wangji. He is throwing a fit at the temple gate. He does not want to go in because he knows once he gets in, it's going to be really hard to get out.
Yeah.
So he goes in. He starts causing trouble immediately in there, and he's like trying to insinuate that he's going to go perv on Lan Wangji. He's just trying to make everyone so extremely uncomfortable that they just are like, get out. You're not worth it.
That could work.
It doesn't, but it could. So eventually what ends up happening is, if you'll remember from the last time, they had to fight this demonic left arm. It was just a very strong arm. Mm-hmm. And so they have to follow this arm around because this arm is now pointing. And it's like, please go. I mean, you know, this is what this is what they think that the arm's trying to tell them is, go find the rest of my body parts. So they take off on a journey, the two of them, and they start going to find different body parts of this person. And they don't know who this person is. They also are really trying to piece together what happened to this person because the way that they were killed is very extreme. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they're in multiple different parts. And so they're like, something is happening here and we need to figure this out.
Yeah.
And so book 2 and 3, I'm not going to go into like a ton of detail everywhere for this part because I don't want to ruin everything for you. Mm-hmm. But they go on those kind of short burst adventures and they end up coming together with the young group of cultivators that they were with before and finding them in a village where they have also been led by this demonic arm. Mm-hmm. And they find a evil cultivator there too. So they're trying to figure out who this person is. There's a lot of like mystery involved with this one. So I don't want to tell you too much because I know you do want to read this one.
Oh, I do. As soon as that buy ban is lifted.
As soon as
that buy ban is lifted, all 5 of them in the cart.
Yeah. But really where we kind of end up with books 2 and 3 is piecing together a lot of the backstory of how we got where we ended up now. How did Wei Wuxian end up going from being siblings with these two people to it is implied that he is responsible for the death of Jian Yangli, who was his older sister. And so there's a lot to unpack for all of them. It's also implied that Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji have a history of really not liking each other. Everyone thinks that they're like that they don't like each other. Mostly on Lan Wangji's part, they're like, he thinks Wei Wuxian is absolutely so annoying and just kind of awful. And Wei Wuxian is just fucking with him throughout their entire lives. In the cloud recesses, when they were younger, he snuck alcohol in, and Lan Wangji caught him, and he's like, don't tell anyone. He put an erotic book in Lan Wangji's possession and was like, I'm gonna tell on you for having that. Just kind of like messing with him.
And listen, I'm not saying that Lan Wangji would be justified in not liking Wei Wuxian.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it.
Yeah. And Wei Wuxian, every single time he goes up to him when they're younger, he's like, Lanjan, because he calls him Lanjan, not Lan Wangji, which is his birth name. Lanjan is. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. I'm so excited to see you. Like, we're so close. And Lan Wangji every time is like, no, we're not. So It's really funny to see their interactions from when they were younger, because looking at it from an outsider's perspective, you definitely get the feeling that Lan Wangji is very held back, but that his feelings are not what everyone assumes that they are. And Wei Wuxian is just oblivious to everything. He is the biggest flirt in the world. He is always flirting with all of the girls. He ends up saving a girl at one point because there is a cultivation clan that is kind of the head cultivation clan for everyone, and then all of the others are under it. And they start kind of going crazy with power. Think like Game of Thrones.
Okay.
With there's all the different families. They all have a certain level of power. But the ones at the top, they control everything. And they at one point decide, hey, all of your juniors are not being trained well. So you have to send 20 juniors each from your clan to come study with us. And one of the family juniors, the direct descendants of the sect leaders, has to come. Has to. So that would be Jian Cheng or Jiang Yanli. And Jian Cheng is like, absolutely, my sister is not going there. I'm going to go. Wei Wuxian goes with him. Lan Wangji's the one to go. He has a kind of Irish twin brother, similar age. They look like twins. So they're called the Jade Twins, but they're not actually twins.
Yeah.
And Lan Shichun is the current sect leader in like our present timeline, but he is the older brother. And so he stays back. And Lan Wangji ends up going here with a bunch of other different sects, and they get their swords taken away right away. They're not really going to school. They're just learning about all the great things that this clan has done.
Yeah.
And how great they are. And then eventually they get used as bait and tried to have one of the horrible people from this clan ends up taking them and having them beat all of these demons, ghosts, Yao, all of that, and then taking the final blow and being like, I did this all by myself. And so things come to a head there. Like, so there's just a lot of jumping back and forth in this timeline. So you kind of have to piece together everything and see what's going on and how we got to where we are with all of the families really, really hating Wei Wuxian. And how did Wei Wuxian end up being the person that he is? Because when he was younger, he really wasn't a bad person. And he doesn't give off the impression that he's a bad person now. So you're kind of like, why did he do all of these horrible things?
Yeah.
And you do see that from his perspective, he's like, anything bad that happens, whether it was something that I did or not, was always blamed on me. So you're also trying to piece together like what actually is something that he did versus what is something that was pinned on him and maybe wasn't actually his fault. And all of that combined with, don't forget that they're looking for all of these different body parts to figure out who this man is.
Oh yeah. It's not just an arm, I forgot.
Yeah. And Lan Wangji is just absolutely letting Wei Wuxian do whatever he wants. Like, Wei Wuxian reaches into his jacket and pulls out his money and just takes it and is like, all right, I'm going to go get us some snacks. Like, that kind of stuff. You know? Every whim that Wei Wuxian has, Lan Wangji just goes along with it.
Love the energy.
Love it. I love it so much.
This very much feels like Grumpy Cat and like Sunshine Golden Retriever.
It is. It's definitely that. It is so funny because Wei Wuxian cannot have silence at all. And Lan Wangji is silence. So he is always trying to get him to talk. They at one point end up getting stuck in a cave together for 7 days. And Lan Wangji, this is when they were teenagers. Like, this is long ago. Lan Wangji doesn't really say a whole lot, and Wei Wuxian is just talking up a storm until eventually he's like, oh my gosh, why did I have to be stuck here with you? If I were stuck with anyone else, at least they would talk to me.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And you know what? That's even funnier knowing that people who meet us
Yeah.
know that I can't shut up. And they're like, Alex talks?
My mom, who was very, very surprised when we said we had a podcast that I talk ever.
Yeah. Did she just think it was me talking to you? You know what?
Probably.
Valid.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only person who's ever been surprised that I am a quiet person is your mom.
Yeah.
Because she only sees us together.
Yeah. What can I say? I bring out the loud in people.
Yeah. But all that to say, I am loving the series so far. I will be talking about books 4 and 5 next time. And then I will give my final verdict on what I think about all 3 series.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Really, like, again, like you've talked to me about all of the series, but I feel like Heaven Official's Blessing just stands above and beyond. I can't wait to finish the series with the buddy read. It makes me feel like maybe we should just read nothing other than danmei ever again.
I love it. And I may have discovered that I just really love the long series, so I might have to do the Husky and his white cat Shizun next.
I know. Ugh.
We'll
and I have
see.
Ballad of Sword and Wine, too.
Yeah. Although I did say I was going to read some more manga manhwa that I have, too. And maybe I should knock some of those off of my list.
I will say, for anyone who isn't physically looking at the bookshelves here, you're doing great.
Yeah.
You've actually read a lot of the manga and manhwa that you own.
Yeah.
In, like, physical copies, at least.
Yeah.
I think where we get in trouble is all of the digital purchases that we have.
It's so easy to forget about a digital purchase.
It's so easy to be like, the coins are already there.
Yeah.
Until they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My other problem is also the other side of the shelf, which is not manga, manhwa, danmei, or anything like that. It's just all Western novels. And I have read a fair amount of them, but I definitely fall into a trap of, oh, that's pretty, I'm going to buy that.
To be entirely fair, I also fall into the trap of this is pretty and I'll buy it. To the point that my custom bookshelf that we're building is running out of room.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do with that what you will.
I'm going to have to move houses because I don't have room for more books here. Or we're just going to have to, like, I know the people can't see, but behind Annie, there is half a wall of bookshelves and half a wall that's, like, kind of a wine bar. I may have to eliminate the wine bar or move it somewhere else so that I can have a full wall of bookshelves behind you.
Drink the wine bar.
Drink the wine bar. You know what? There we go. We've got a plan.
You guys, I'm smart. It's fine. But I am feeling very intimidated. You've read a lot. I'm like, listen to these 18 episodes I read. And then you're like, I've finished entire novels.
This one is pretty consistent. So the first one is 350 pages.
Okay.
The second one is 351. The third one is 320. The fourth one is 319. And the fifth one is 420.
Okay.
So other than the fifth one, they're all right there.
That's really consistent, actually.
Yeah. The art that is in them as well is good. It's so different from what we had in Heaven Official's Blessing. And I think a lot of it comes down to the type of story that it is a lot more with the ghosts and demons, like that demonic element is there a lot more. So we get a little bit of those kind of gruesome body horror images, which I love.
Oh my gosh. I do love it. I can't wait for your breakdown of all 3 of them.
Yeah.
I know it's going to have to wait until we're done with Heaven Official's buddy read and until you've finished all 5 of these, but man, what a time.
Yeah.
I'm so jazzed. And I'm going to buy it. I'm like itching for the buy freeze to be over.
As soon as.
As soon as. But thank you all so much for joining us. And we're looking forward to talking to you all on the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.